AVAGhost here bringing you another video, and this month I decided to treat myself to a little early birthday gift. I ended up getting the Apple Vision Pro, right? So today, it's been a day, so I'm gonna give you my in-depth, honest review of the Vision Pro, show you some of the features. I do plan on uploading other videos with the Vision Pro, such as like gaming on the Vision Pro, or day in the life with using the Vision Pro. So without further ado, we'll go ahead and jump right on in. I went ahead and took the top box off. This box is huge. So the Apple Vision Pro sits right on here. Documentation inside of the box. I've already taken most of these accessories out of the box. In fact, all of the accessories, I've taken them out of the box already, and I'm gonna show you where they're currently being stored. So you also have your regulatory information right here. This is what the light seal cushion comes in. There is additional one that's included in the box, and each of these products, each of these different accessories have to be fitted for you. I don't want to take it completely out of the box, but I think they call them like N, N+, W, W+. I think that's normal and wide. I think that's what they stand for. But the light seal itself comes in different measurements. But unlike the rest of Apple's products, you do get a full-size booklet, and there is it's a pretty neat booklet. I mean, all of the other Apple products come with a little pamphlet. So I'm gonna put this to the side right down here. Before I jump into the device itself, I did get this case. This case is about a $250 case from Apple. It's used to house the Vision Pro. There is a booklet that comes inside, and this was what I was referring to by the instructions that come with the iPhones and the iPads. I thought it was gonna be like that on the device itself. Inside of the box, you have this suede-like material. And then on the outer side, I call it like a gym bag, or like bed sheets type material, but you have this nice filling, cushiony outside. I don't know how well it will hold up to dirt or getting dirty, since it is white, but it is a nice feel, a very comforting feel, and this on the inside is a very nice plush feel as well. You do get this pouch that comes with the travel size bag, or the travel bag, and it's used to house your accessories. So I have the polishing cloth, I have the double loop band, which goes over the top of your head as well as the back part of your head, and then it all attaches to the Vision Pro. I have the Apple charger that comes with it. It's 30 watt, and then you also have a braided USB-C cable. The battery goes right here, by the way. I'll get to that in a second. I'm gonna put this back like that, and then this right here is just a dust cover for the Vision Pro. When you're not using the device, you're supposed to put it back in this just to keep dust out of the system. This right here is the battery for the device. So the battery is external, and it's charged with a USB-C cable up here. So this battery holds enough power for 2 hours to 2.5 hours of use. Because the device doesn't have a long battery life, if I'm at home, I just leave the device charged unless I'm moving around. This right here is the device. As you can see at the very top, this is the ventilation that goes out. This is the heat. I don't know where the fan's sitting here, but from time to time, if I were to rub my forehead, I can feel the heat being dispersed from the unit. There's cameras, sensors. There's sensors right down here. Cameras, sensors, camera, a bunch of different stuff going on in this device. You have a button up here that you can use to take spatial videos or pictures. And then this is a digital crown, just like what's used on the Apple Watches. Other than that, we have 2 speakers identical on both sides. They're not earbuds. The sound is projected towards your ear, but it doesn't project in a way that would block outside noises, because the whole idea with the system is to remain aware of your surroundings. The sound that comes from here is really good. It has spatial audio, so it really does sound immersive as possible without being that in-ear design. This right here is a single loop band. There is a dial on the side that allows you to adjust the band's tightness or looseness. This is what the device looks like when it is on your face, okay? So when you're talking to somebody that's right next to you, and the system can detect that there's somebody next to you, the screen that you see, the outward screen, will be lit up, and it will show my pupils, my eyes, so that way they're aware that I'm looking at them. They can see my facial expressions. When I'm just chilling by myself, the screen, I believe, is completely off. To be completely honest, it's comfortable. I haven't tried it out for a whole week. I've heard reports that Over time, some people report like fatigue with the device and everything, but so far it feels very comfortable to me. There's virtually no lag, but the device is recommended for use in well-lit environments. The darker the environment, the harder for the system to be able to see your hands right here and be able to tell what you're trying to do. So now what we're gonna do is we're gonna go through a few of the different aspects of the machine, show you different features, and show you what it's like to use for app navigation, watching movies, maybe playing a few games. So I'm showing you guys right here. I had the device on and I had to update it. So when I started the update, it made me take the device off. And as soon as the device was off of my face, it went ahead and started installing. So on this screen right here, you can see the status of the update. So once the update is done, I can be able to put the device back on my face. So I moved over to my desk to see what it would be like to use it in a more productive environment. So I have my MacBook on the side. I'm gonna put my phone down there. You navigate using your hands. So I'm gonna try to keep my hands up to show you, but you pinch to move. So if I was wanting to scroll through the different apps, I pinch my fingers and I move them left or right. I can move my fingers and be able to decide which tile or window I wanna go and utilize. And at the bottom of each tile will be a bar. So as you can see right here, I moved it further back so that way something else can take precedence. So this I think is probably one of the most useful features of the Vision Pro. So it's called Mac Virtual Display, and I can pretty much mirror my Mac onto the Vision Pro display, and the Vision Pro acts as a monitor. This is very beneficial for those that are like, workhorses that need to have as much screen real estate as possible. And as you can see, my MacBook is 16 inches. This right here is every bit like, I would say 50-ish, 60-ish, depending on viewer preferences, but it feels like a lot of screen real estate. And you can adjust the resolution as well. You can use external accessories such as Magic Keyboard, Magic Mouse to be able to navigate with the device. All of that power is being utilized by the actual MacBook itself. Well, as you can see, I'm able to navigate and use Final Cut Pro. No problem using it. I'm actually going to be using it later to edit this video, but I haven't had any issue using it. I can browse the web on my MacBook, just like on my Vision Pro. And then up to the side, I have Final Fantasy VII album. Anything that's going to be happening through Mac Virtual Display is going to be played through the Mac's speakers as opposed to the Vision Pro speakers. But let's just say I wanted to open up a movie on the side. Boom, I can open something up. The only thing I will say is the control center. You have to pretty much break your damn neck or whatever to open it up, because you have to move your head all the way up and wait for the arrow to pop up. But this is another environment or another example of how Vision Pro can be used for the ultimate levels of productivity. In a traditional workspace where you have 3 different monitors, you can have something like this. What if you want to have 3 different Safari tabs? In this case, I have a video tab, my music, and then on the other side, I have the Mac Virtual Display tab. Apple has released some immersive content for the device. So I'm gonna open up a video right now just to show you. In the top left-hand corner, the mountains, you see the little mountains that stands for immersion. So I'm gonna try to select it real quick. And there's 3 different modes that you can choose from. Each app has something completely different. So for Apple, you have the immersion environment. Okay, so this is with the daytime view for the standard Vision OS environment. There's multiple different ones that you can choose from, but that's just the one that I have set because I love the water. And when you turn on the full immersion, just with navigating your apps, it's just super relaxing. But this is one thing that I really do love. When you're watching videos, I love the cinema view. So I'm trying to think if it's going to pick up when I screen record. It probably won't, but with the cinema view, it feels like you're in the actual cinema. So I'm going to show you the settings down here. I can adjust and I can decide whether or not I want to sit far or close to the display. And then I can decide if I want to sit on the floor or on the balcony. Okay, you can kind of see it here where I have like the screen glare. It's like the screen is kind of glaring onto the virtual space. You can still see my hands in the immersive environment. That's a setting that you can turn on or leave off. I chose to turn it on just so I can at least know that I am in the room. As I look from left to right, it feels like I'm in the actual cinema. And if I look behind me, even that is immersive as well. So definitely for those that want to watch movies solo, definitely a good way to utilize this device is by watching movies. This is one of the IMAX trailers. IMAX has an app on here. They have a few different pieces on there, but nothing like, in my mind, mainstream. But you can get that full IMAX environment. They even have 3D movies. Apple TV does also have 3D movies. But the IMAX cinema, to me, looks the best. Just because you have like the actual cinema layout. You have like the chairs. You have like everything about it seems like you're watching a movie in the theater. Even if I look behind me, I can see the projector, the booth area. I can see like the exits. Even though they're just black, I can see the exits. I can see the IMAX sign on the left and the right of me. So this is like the ultimate, I want to feel like I'm at the movie theater, but want to sit on my couch type of environment. And I think, to me, this is one of the huge selling points of the Apple Vision Pro. This is the Deadpool and Wolverine trailer. And all the content that you go into, it's going to ask you, or it's going to give you a pop-up, and it's going to say, hey, you're about to enter an immersive environment. Be aware of your surroundings, like, general gist stuff like that. At the bottom of every video, there's going to be the little settings, so that way you can just look down and be able to adjust your settings, but it's not in the way. When you're looking at your content, it's out of the way. You won't even notice it. It disappears as well. But just fast forwarding, as you can see, this feels like you're at the cinema. This is, if you have a TV at home, 65, 75-inch TV, this is easily going to take up, it's going to feel 2-3 times bigger than that, probably even more. All right, so now we're back out of the environment. My Mac screen is still up. Have multiple windows open. I'm going to go ahead and navigate to the next app. If you're one of those people and you love TikTok like I do, then you can easily get your work done. Mac, if you utilize Mac for, school, work, and whatnot, you can get your work done and then have TikTok on the side versus you sitting at an actual desk and trying to watch TikTok on your phone, but also look at your screen. They're side by side. Same way with my music. My music is side by side with TikTok. So if I wanted to easily put my music back on, I easily can. So now I'm trying out some of the applications that you can download from the App Store. So this right here is the Zillow Immersive app. It's a cool gimmick, I'll say that much. So the technology that Zillow is using for their cameras should be updated because it's not on the same resolution as the Vision Pro displays. So everything looks a little bit blurry in terms of the house and home pictures. But honestly, it provides a different experience versus looking at the pictures on your phone. You kind of can get like a rough layout. If you were trying to like figure out how big a room was, you could easily figure that out because you're standing pretty much in the space, even if it is blurry. But here's the cool thing that I noticed. You can also get the floor layouts, and right in front of you, you can see the layouts of the floor. So as I move this around, I can see the layouts of this couple $1 million home, and I can even pinpoint, okay, I want to see guest bedrooms. I can go find guest bedrooms. Or if I want to see the kitchen, I can go look at the kitchen and see how big it is in its own space. As you can see, this right here is just the bathroom. But this right here is one of the bedrooms that they turn into an office. And you can kind of get a feel for how big the space is. A little bit better than you can do from an actual just pictures. Pictures, you really can't tell how big a space is. But just standing in the space, if you were wanting to buy a home, this would be a good product. I could see even in the real estate market, realtors having something like this and being able to give it to their clients and say, hey, let's take a 3D tour of the house. You know what I'm saying? A 3D tour of the house. They're exploring using Vision Pro. That would be a good real life example of how Vision Pro can be used. This is another one of their rooms. It's got a good layout. This is just something that can only be dreamt of in other environments, all made possible with Vision Pro. So you can even play around with the menu and be able to go to different settings. But now we're going to try out gaming on the device. So I downloaded a casual game. Most of the games on Vision Pro are casual right now. Apple is focusing on releasing some of those hardcore games like Resident Evil and Assassin's Creed to the iOS and Mac lineup. So I'm not for sure if they're going to move some of that over to VR, but they would definitely take advantage of Resident Evil considering that they already have VR modes available. So I'm going to go ahead and adjust the environment. While I'm playing this game, this is what's cool. I have the immersion turned on. It's about to load up. We're going to play solitaire. And once we load in, okay, get the pop-up, click OK. Now we're playing solitaire in the game's world. I'm looking around. Everything just seems like I'm there. You can see my fingers. We're letting it load up real quick. And now here we are playing solitaire in real life or in augmented reality, virtual reality. So now I'm going to look at panoramas. So if you've used your iPhone or iPad to take panoramas, they show up in gorgeous detail on the Vision Pro. So this was a panorama I took a couple of years ago in Clayton, Georgia. As you can see, I'm going to turn on the full immersion for, just all around immersion. As you can see, it gives you an almost 360 degree view